All right. Have you ever wondered where Hamilton's rap got inspired from? The answer and Easter eggs will blow your mind. Oh, have you ever wondered where Hamilton's rap got inspired from? The answer and Easter eggs will blow your mind. Hamilton is based off the hip hop album Illmatic. Hamilton and Illmatic both have ill in their name, which is hip hop slang for being great at rapping. Alexander Hamilton's verse, he was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter, is a reference to the song The World Is Yours. On the verse, understandable smooth-ish, that murderers move with, the thief's theme. Um, I fought with him. Me, I died for him. That verse is a reference to the song Represent by Nas, because they repeat me like they repeat represent, represent to show their relationship with Hamilton. My shot also references a gun and a glass that foreshadows Hamilton's death. Alexander Hamilton and My Shot are based off intros of Ambitions as a Writer by Tupac, NY State of Mind by Nas, Shook Ones Part 2 by Mobb Deep, and Aaron Burr is based on Life's a B because it's drinking at a bar and both Burr and Hamilton's parents died. And Aaron Burr's motto is talk less, smile more, and Lafayette and Lawrence's Mulligan's motto is showtime, 2, my shot. And they all switched their motto and they looked past tomorrow. And it's similar to the theme of Hamilton is NY State of Mind's phrase, I never sleep, 'cause sleep is the cousin of death. That cuz and cousin is a play on words, indicating that sleep and death are in the same gang or family. That's why Hamilton is non-stop and won't throw away his shot. If you stand for nothing, Burr, what will you fall for is a reference to the world is yours. I keep falling, but never 6 feet deep. Um, the story of tonight is another reference to the song Represent by Nas, with the chorus having multiple people in it. And the phrase, tomorrow there'll be more of us. Aaron Burr is the opposite, and his motto is wait for it, which is Burr saying the world is yours in the chorus, and Hamilton's part is it's mine, it's mine, it's mine throughout the musical. And Aaron Burr's motto is death does not discriminate between the sinner and the saints, and that's Aaron Burr's version of I never sleep, 'cause sleep is the cousin of death, and he sings that verse at the end after he kills Hamilton. 10 Dual Commandments is a song based off of Biggie's song 10 Crack Commandments from his album Life After Death. Look around, look around. How lucky we are to be alive right now, are the Schuyler sisters saying, I never sleep, 'cause sleep is the cousin of death. And Helpless is Eliza's version of The World Is Yours, where she says, the boy is mine. Satisfied is Angelica tells Eliza, the world is yours. And Guns and Ships are based on the song The What and Machine Gun Funk by Biggie. The similarities is that they're based on guns, and the duet and the repetition of the name Lafayette and Biggie Smalls is the illest. Also represent by Nas as they gather guns and ships and a plan to stop the redcoats, like in the phrase from the song. Represent my stuff on the streets so the Jakes will never stop it. Right Hand Man is also the same reference to represent as Hamilton becomes George Washington. Right Hand Man to represent America. And when Aaron Burr asks Washington to be his right hand man, and is similar to the World Is Yours verse, And Washington says, "Whose world is this?" which is the question George Washington asks. Hamilton says, "It's mine, it's mine, it's mine," and doesn't throw away his shot when he wants to fight. He gets into a New York state of mind. And dying is easy is Washington's motto. Wait for it is Aaron Burr's motto, another reference to Life's a Bee, and Hamilton's motto is the opposite. It's just you wait. And he's waiting, but he switches wait for it in the next act because he sees Hamilton is getting what he wants because he's nonstop. Dear Theodosia is another reference to the song, is the Dear Mama by Tupac and One Love. The World Is Yours by Nas's phrase, the best word to describe my life is to name my daughter, and my son is the star that was born to correct all the wrong-ish I did. He'll lead in the right direction. The daughter's reference is Aaron Burr and Theodosia, and Alexander Hamilton's son, Philip, who dies getting shot, or in this case, sleeping, because sleep is the cousin of death. And Hamilton copies his son's move of aiming the pistol in the sky. The sun is the star. Hamilton's album cover is Hamilton standing on a star, which Hamilton, that Burr referenced, how does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean? Also, Eliza in Burns says he flew too close to the sun, and George Washington calls a traumatic battle in the history. Calls Hamilton his son when he's his right-hand man. When George Washington had a traumatic battle in the history, has its eyes on you. That Hamilton was an excellent strategist, unlike George when he was younger, resurrecting and correcting George's mistakes and the monarchy into a democracy. America is called a star and the Sons of Liberty as a free new nation from the British Empire. And the British Empire is the phrase, the sun never sets on the British Empire, too. And also the other phrase, born alone, die alone, no crew to keep my crown or throne. This is a reference to Hamilton fighting Jefferson alone, George Washington dying in 1799 and leaving the presidency. And Aaron Burr killing him and his friend John Lawrence and Philip dying. And at the end, also, no crown is a reference for America not having a king but a president, which Hamilton couldn't be president because of the Reynolds pamphlet. Another verse is the rotten apple, or get caught in the devil's lasso. The Big Apple in 1776 was from the Great Fire, a time when the Big Apple was still a fledgling urban center and a landmark in the struggle for independence. History Has Its Eyes on You is a reference to Tupac's All Eyes on Me and Nas's Memory Lane, which his friend got shot for a coat, and George Washington's men died from his inexperience. Stay Alive is another song that parallels to Life's a Bee as they raise a glass because they don't know when they're going to go. Featuring AZ, another song from illmatic. That first verse, visualizing life in actuality. I'm destined to live the dream for the peeps who never made it. This reference the Hamilton's eternal internal monologue, thinking about all the people in his life and thinking how short life is. Where Hamilton says, it's 6 feet ahead of me, which is also another reference to The World Is Yours, stating, I can't call it. The beats keep me falling, but never 6 feet deep. And the reprise, It's Philip, also John Lawrence's duel with Charles Lee, embodies the same phrase. Born in correction, my son will be my resurrection, which the same actor plays the son of Hamilton. Yorktown, The World Turned Upside Down, is another reference to The World Is Yours, as they took over the world and the new world, America, is theirs. And Hercules Mulligan is another third verse phrase of a single-handed bandit. Like Hamilton, Mulligan embodies the phrase, understandable smooth-ish, that murderers move with the thief's theme, because he did steal British cannons and right-hand man, and he was a spy during Yorktown. And nonstop is when Burr says Hamilton wrote the other 51. The coincidence is that there are 50 stars in the United States, and Hamilton is on the star on the cover. Hamilton is the 51st star. How do you write like you're running out of time? It's similar to the phrase, I never sleep, because sleep is the cousin of death. Throwing rocks at these mediocrities is a reference to Wu-Tang's triumph. I bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophies. All right. Room Where It Happens is a reference to Halftime that sees me on the street. That's like Malcolm X catching the jungle fever. That Mercer caught a bullet in the neck while fighting the Redcoats, and the street was named after him. Aaron Burr says, we gotta give it a try. As in, if they don't get shot, then they won't be remembered, right? And that's the whole theme of Hamilton. Hamilton switches his motto to talk less, smile more, another reference to Life's a Bee, because he wants to be in the room where it happens. Aaron Burr saying the world is mine. Aaron Burr beats Hamilton's father-in-law. What Did I Miss is just the illmatic, trackless in one song. Thomas Jefferson goes down memory lane when he was in France. He comes to New York. He's in the New York state of mind, and The World Is Yours with James Madison, with him saying, the world is yours, and Jefferson saying, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. And the cabinet battles are based on the 8 Mile rap battles. Hamilton admitting all of the flaws in his battles and, correcting Jefferson on what America shouldn't do it because we just got out of a war. Help France. The election of 1800 is Hamilton telling his opponent, Thomas Jefferson, the world is yours, and Thomas Jefferson and James Madison is saying that it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. And the world was wide enough is another reference from The World Is Yours, but it's from the chorus, and it goes, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, and it's sung by Pete Rock. This perfectly represents Aaron Burr saying the world was wide enough, or that the world is him saying that it's either him or me, or the world will never be the same. And Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton also embodies the song, again, Life's a Bee. Then you die, 'cause you never know when you're gonna go. After tomorrow, I switch my motto. They both switch their motto at the end. Another verse from The World Is Yours is referenced by Hamilton. Dark cloud to follow for me to see tomorrow. In the last song, Hamilton reflects that he's going to die. And Your Obedient Servant and One Last Time is about writing a letter as a reference to the song One Love, telling them what has happened since they last saw each other in person. George Washington's going back home to join the people, being free like one love. Dying is easy and living is harder to teach me how to say goodbye. And a dead president's to represent me is a nod that Alexander Hamilton worked as the Treasury, and George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and James Madison became presidents and Hamilton didn't. Eliza's line is time. Another phrase from Illmatic, time is illmatic, from the song Life Should Be. In Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Their Story, Eliza talks about how she wishes Hamilton had more time, and she's visualizing Angelica and Hamilton. And Eliza's carrying on the tradition of telling their stories. Aaron Burr didn't follow I Never Sleep, 'cause sleep is the cousin of death until he killed Hamilton. He did because his career died after he killed Hamilton. Like his reputation, when he should have accepted to be the lawyer of the Constitution when Hamilton asked him. Another reference is to Biggie's song, You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. And in The World Was Wide Enough with Biggie's verse, Hold y'all, death controls y'all, big don't fold y'all. But in this case, it's Aaron Burr who doesn't fold or throw away his shot, switching his motto. In the end, everybody switches their motto to my shot to my story. Eliza lives until she's 97, and then they reunite in heaven. And Eliza is shocked that they get to share Hamilton's story. That's why she gasps in the end. And time is ill.